Hello, beautiful people. This is the Collective Soul Tarot, and my name is Kay. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's wonderful to be with you here today on Friday, the last day of the work week. Yay, the weekend. And I'm doing an alphabet reading today. So we're going to pull a tile, a letter tile that represents the first initial of your first, middle, last, or nickname. So whatever initial comes up, that this is going to be your reading. We've already done, quite a few here. We've got the remaining ones over here to do. Most of the oddball ones are gone. So thank goodness. But there's still a U in there. Anyways, that's it. It is what it's meant to be. So it's right for the people with these first letters that we've already done that we would otherwise see as being uncommon, especially in North America. So without further ado, let's start doing this. I'll take this up a bit. Please subscribe and like if you hear or see what you like. Hear or see what you like, just subscribe. And just know that I'm not looking. I'm not looking. B. All right, we got B. That's very good. Okay, let's talk to B names today. It'll go into the other container after we're done today's reading for B names. So Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what can we tell our B names today that's in their heart that they most need to know to help them heal, to help them find resolution, to help them have some hope that can help bring peace and calm into their lives about a certain situation or relationship? Okay, Knight of Pentacles is going to be the first one. So that's the overall energy for the current situation. I got something else on my mind and it's stopping me from being able to focus. So don't do that. All right, guys. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit. Today is September 2023, the 15th. And this is for our B names. We have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Knights are generally kind of fast, They're young spirited, or younger, more like a teenager or in their 20s or whatever, or just a young spirited individual who's moving towards something or someone slowly, methodically, with great commitment and persistence. They are taking their steps slowly so that they meet their mark, they achieve their goal. They don't want to be impulsive, in other words, and be haphazard. Okay, we got the Five of Pentacles moving towards somebody that they feel has left them out in the cold, has left them behind. Five of Pentacles, B name. You feel like you've been left behind. And you are also focusing on your finances because you may have been through something that you had to pay out, and so that's kind of depleted your usual financial stability, right? Okay, distant past, Nine of Cups. Seems to me maybe overindulgence, I think. So it would be more like this. But let's just look at it like this. Overindulgence means that you engaged in too much of something, more than you should have. Left you drunk, drunk in ego, pride. But perhaps you were in more than one committed relationship or more than one romantic connection, okay? Recent past, Eight of Wands. Okay, that's some type of passionate communication back and forth. Maybe you had been recently in an argument with somebody and you were arguing back and forth or you were in recent past in communication with somebody, and it was of the passionate nature, like excitement and passion, back and forth. In your mind, 9 of Pentacles, you're thinking about being single, or you're thinking about somebody who you hope is single, or they are single. That's an independent card, somebody who's doing quite well for themselves. So what's in the bridging energy? 9 of Swords. Oh dear, B name, you're in great distress. Great distress. Moving forward, you're in great distress, possibly about the past, and you're not sure about what's going to happen in the near future, so it's causing you a lot of distress, losing sleep at night. What's your fear? 8 of Cups. Your fear is walking away, or that somebody is going to walk away from you if you were to approach them. It might be a fear of not walking away from something or someone, a relationship, a situation, investment, or whatever. The moon is in your energy, in your energy, is in your environment, right? Something's hidden. Something is afraid. Something is just staying quiet, not saying a word, just keeping their emotions for you, B name, silent, quiet, not saying a word, not saying a word. Okay. Your hopes? The Queen of Wands. You're hoping the one that you had a dalliance for in the past, that you made the other woman in your life, so you were in a relationship with somebody else in the past, this overindulgence. You made her the other woman, but at the same time you see her as you're extremely attracted to her. You see her as somebody who would really be just fabulous and exciting, and a lot of fun and fiery, in your life, in good ways. Passion and fiery, excitement, fun, good sense of humor, just beautiful inside out, and well liked by others, and so forth and so on. That's your hopes. You want to get back together with this one here, who's in this energy. Outcome, 3 of Swords. Okay, so you've been in the 3 of Swords. You put her in this 3 of Swords energy, broken heart, because you had her in that other woman role in your life, because you had somebody else. You're in a long-term commitment or married to somebody else at the time when you were in connection with her. 3 of Swords is also wanting to heal and bring the distance that's between you back together again. So mending, you want to maybe mend the broken hearts of yourself and this Queen of Wands. What's the energy between these two for you? Okay, you're in hermit mode, yay, or you had been in hermit mode, but in any case, you've been doing a lot of introspection. The divine has been guiding you. You've been allowing that through prayer and connecting with your intuition, just spending time alone, really thinking about stuff, thinking about what went down and how you're going to be able to do things differently moving forward. But you're also really, really dearly missing your Queen of Wands. You would like her to be in your life again. The Magician, yes, you're trying to manifest a reunion, a reconnection with your Queen of Wands, so that your hearts can heal together, like completely, because you're back together. You don't want to sit in broken heart energy anymore, and you don't want her to either, but that's up to her. But you want to manifest a reunion with her. So let's talk about her energy here. Ace of Cups. She was in a relationship. When she was in a relationship, let's see here. 7 of Pentacles from the past. Okay, so she's been looking at how much she loved you, B name, how much she had devoted to you in the love department. And she had a huge divinely inspired, that's why the I, divinely inspired cup of love, or love offer, or love giving to you at that time. I think she's still very much in love with you. From what I get, she's been looking at the past and seeing what she's has harvested, like she has sown and grown, but yet to harvest. So there's 7 pentacles here that she's thinking about how she's, nurtured them and they are grown. It's time to start harvesting what she's put into her crop, kind of thing. And she's looking at how she had all this in the past. Now it's there, it's fruitful on the tree, it's there to be picked, right? She wants to pick it, she wants to realize it, she wants to experience it. And that's this that she wants to experience. She wants to experience prosperity and abundance, in all forms, because abundance just isn't about wealth like money, and wealth isn't even just about money. But in any case, she has this love in her heart that the divine is inspiring her with, but she's not saying a word. She's keeping it to herself. All right, so back of the deck, we have a Fool. Okay, the Fool card, taking a risk, a leap in faith, setting out on a new journey. You're manifesting that with whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now. You're bringing about a new journey, a new beginning for you, a new chapter, B names. Page of Pentacles, you want to be able to bring an offer, a small gift, token of something towards your Queen of Wands. When you do reconnect, or at least talk to her, okay? Communicate, send her a message. But this can also be just an offer of friendship, or telling her that you have a child that you have to consider. 3 of Pentacles, so that's 3 of Pentacles, you're going to tell her that you did have her in a third party, yes. You're admitting to that, right? But it's also like you want to reunite with her, to collaborate in whatever type of form the connection would be. The two of you working together to forge something valuable here together. And also that there is a third party in your life, which would be the child, okay? The child would be a third party in your life that you have to include or consider when moving forward in your life. So you were married, or at least in a long-term commitment with somebody, B names, that you had a child with. Perhaps, okay, if it's not a child, it's you just really wanting to offer your Queen of Wands a small gift, some kind of item. Because you see her as your Empress. You see her as being everything you wanted in a woman. And this could also be the wife. The wife card, where you were in a third party. The Queen of Wands was your third party to your married life here, with your wife and your child there. Take it how it resonates over here. But to me, I really see that well, okay, so the Fool could be you feeling foolish that you put your Queen of Wands, the one you've developed feelings for, and you've come to recognize and acknowledge that the feelings have always been there since you met her. That you feel rather foolish that you put her in a third party with your wife here, and then, and child or children. All right? So either way, you're moving on a new chapter to offer a gift, to reconnect with her, and you see her as your Empress. You want to reconnect with your Empress, or the other way around. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify the Knight of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. I hope this all made sense to you. But it looks like, B name, that your Empress, if that's the direction we're going here, has been thinking a lot about you, looking to the past, and still has that divinely inspired love in her heart for you. although she's not saying a word. So, I mean, that's good news as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you don't think it is, but I think it is. Okay. You have the Hangman. You've been hanging out upside down on your foot, by your foot. The divine has put you there to help you see things differently, to get a different perspective, maybe possibly to get her perspective on things because of how you operated in the past and what you did, and which would have caused her heartbreak, right? So you're been hanging upside down, looking at things differently, having a different angle on life now, thanks to the divine, and thanks to you actually including the divine through your religious practices or spirituality. You've been turning to the light within you, the soul within you, and you're praying for better outcomes, solutions, peace, calm, a chance to move forward and be actually happy for the rest of your life with somebody that you care deeply for, and they care deeply for you and will remain faithful and loyal to you as you will to them. This is you wanting to move forward in your life, doing that. And the other card, I want to pull this one. You're trying to find the courage. You're trying to find the courage, and then you got the Knight of Cups, which is a sincere, devoted cup of love that you want to offer your Queen of Wands here. So this Knight of Pentacles is about coming up with a plan, a strategy of moving things forward, but slowly, so as not to put pressure on a situation where your Queen of Wands might say, this is going too fast, too much, too soon. I need to have time to think about this, how I feel about you showing back up in my life. You wouldn't want to come forward and say more than just offering your, devoted cup of love, sincere apology and all that sort of stuff, and say, hey, why don't we move in together? No. That would be too much too soon, especially for the first connection, or the second, maybe even the third or more communication messages or whatever, visiting with each other, that kind of thing. So I think you know that. The Knight of Cups is that so you're trying to find the strength and courage to overcome the obstacles you've had in your mind about how you feel about your Queen of Wands and what's been going on in your life most recently, right? So the divine has been able to hang you upside down and bring some much needed enlightenment into your mind, to show you the error of your ways, because there was a lot of toxic shadow energy in your life that you brought into your life, and that you sat in with the one that you brought it in with, because you were both at that energy, at the toxic energy of being deceptive, lying, keeping the truth hidden, telling white lies, just stuff that you wouldn't want your person to know completely what you were thinking about something. So you would explain it away, or deflect it, or just not, tell it like it wasn't really your truth, but telling it like it was your truth, if you know what I'm saying. So there was a lot of manipulation, emotional manipulation going on in your life at the time. You were hiding behind your shadow, and your shadow was leading you astray. And that was the reason why you engaged in an extramarital or extra relationship affair or connection with your Queen of Wands back then, is because there was a lot of insecurity going on within you, and as a result, you weren't dealing with it or handling it in in the nicer sense, in effective and appropriate ways. It festered and became a darker shadow, and so forth and so on. You were really kind of going down, maybe into depression and anxiety, and so you not knowing what to do about how in your love department of your marriage or your long-term commitment, things you just didn't know what to do to fix things. You really didn't. You didn't have the coping skills. You didn't have the fixing skills, you know, to be able to manifest a better outcome in your marriage, and feeling as though you didn't have that deep, intimate connection with somebody. You thought, well, I'll get it through some other means, and it would be just having clandestine affairs with other women, Queen of Wands or maybe more, where you were being able to engage in that type of intimacy that you thought was the real deal, which is, you know, engaging in sexual pursuits, hot, passionate, exciting sexual pursuits with a hot, passionate, exciting gal, right? So that's what you were in, this toxic energy that caused you to go through what you've been going through. But the good thing about it is the divine has always been there at your asking. You know, a prayer, ask, that's a prayer, is asking, right? So as soon as your heart started calling out in prayer and wondering, there's got to be a better way, there's got to be something better for me, why do I keep experiencing this, and so on and so forth. So you finding the courage and the strength to overcome your obstacles, which was being in that toxic energy and having that kind of toxicity, that energy in your life, like everything that happened in your life was a reflection of selfishness on your part or your long-term partner's part, and the two of you match. But I think it seems that you've been growing, maybe just because you're getting older, or just because you've been wanting more of the more of the connection part of a relationship that you weren't feeling with your long-term commitment. And you got ready to start to get into the heart area of who you really are, and found that there's love in your heart that you can offer somebody. But before that, we had the distant past, where the Nine of Cups, overindulgence, right? So let's talk about overindulgence energy. Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, if you will, thank you so much. Four of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant with the Queen of Swords. Okay, so this speaks to me that cup of love, that here, the love that she's had in her heart, the Queen of Wands, she had given it to you, offered it to you at one point in time. Not sure when, but distant past. Could be 2 years, could be 10 years, could be 20 years, or more. And so you said no because you had love in you. You know, to you that was love in your life, right? And you had enough. That would be enough. But you were more than happy to indulge in another way, right? Not necessarily in the love department with her. You were taking more than you were giving. So you took what you could get from the Queen of Wands back then, and you started seeing that, she started feeling as though she wasn't getting what she deserved, and you just disappeared. And the Hierophant card is where you were in a marriage. So this is telling us you were married then, but at the same time it's telling us that you started, even back then, you started seeing her as somebody, there was more of a connection there, or it was like you had a feeling, a different feeling, like you made a connection with this one. You actually made a heart-to-heart connection with this one. And you're seeing this one as being a divine connection, somebody that was meant to come into your life for one reason or another. And of course, that was to wake your heart up, right? But you may not have recognized that back then. But you were giving unfairly, not equally. You were taking from her, but not giving it back. And that's because you were already married to this Queen of Swords. You know, you were already married to the Queen of Swords, so the Tower had to come in and straighten things out, right? So let's talk about the Eight of Wands in the recent past. What's these messages about? Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit. The Towers come down. The Queen of Swords found out about the Queen of Wands. The Tower came down. What happened? Was this fiery messages of anger back and forth? Let's see. Three of Wands. Ten of Swords. Ace of Wands. And the Lovers. Okay, yeah. You were found out. Yeah, you were the King of Wands there in very much player mode in the distant past. Yeah, and so being sneaky and underhanded and deceptive because of ego, pride. Yeah. Wow, okay. In player mode back then, right? Get what you can and leave without saying a single word, like right there, the deception, right? Taking what you can get and just leaving the scene, never to be seen from or heard from again. And it was all due to feeling, you know, you had a very strong ego and pride back then about how you thought things should go, especially when it comes to relationships. If you were in a commitment, let's say like a marriage, right? Your ego and pride would tell you that you couldn't go out and have extra, you know, fun with others, making sure that they understand that you're the one who's in control of this, and that you are going to, you know, you're managing it in the sense that once, if she finds out that you're married, or you told her, that she's got to be in the understanding that my wife and my marriage comes first, right? That's that pride and ego, really, really steeped in that. So the Lovers, right? The Ace of Wands, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands is clarification for the Eight of Wands. So yeah, there was a lot of passion that had been experienced, communication, messages back and forth, whether it's arguments with your wife or with the Queen of Wands in the recent past, but you had turned your back on her, and you, as a result, it was a betrayal to her, and the passion fizzled out. Had to fizzle out, had to come to an end. Or you're turning your back on your wife, your marriage. You're turning your back on your marriage because your wife has betrayed you. And it's a betrayal that has to do with passion, right? Which would be like a love affair. Had to do with passion. So however way that resonates. But in any case, somebody's been sneaky and underhanded in the recent past. All right. It could be that if this is your wife, then she's had an affair with the King of Wands. And or the other way is that you are taking action now to be able to relight the flame, the fire, in a reconnection with your Queen of Wands. But there's conflict, right? You feel like you're going to be, that there's going to be drama with you going back to her because she's going to be defensive, right? Or this whole idea of your wife cheating on you with the King of Wands. It's been a lot of inner conflict for yourself and conflict with her. So there's been a lot of arguments and disagreements, drama, chaos, because, she's going to have her reasons why she did what she did. They may not be valid, but in her mind they are. And you see that she's put herself in a lover, putting herself in a lover situation, like taking a lover is what I'm trying to say. Taking on a lover. She's chosen to be with the King of Wands when she should really only be with you. And, or the other way, you see her as your divine, very strong soulmate. This one here, very strong soulmate that you need to take action and move towards no matter what happens. No matter the conflict or the defensiveness she might respond with when you approach her. So let's move on. Yeah, so that's that energy there. It was due, all of it, any of it is due to pride and ego, too much of it. Not under control, restrained or managed well. Nine of Pentacles, Archangel Michael, 4 B names. What does this energy stand for? What's B names thinking about? That pertains to this independent person energy. The High Priestess, Page of Swords, the Star, with the Knight of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Wands upright would be wanting to kickstart a passionate new beginning that's inspired by the divine. So this is her, the Queen of Wands, you see as being someone who is single or independent or is doing well for herself. You don't know for sure, maybe you do, but perhaps you don't know for sure if she's actually independent, not connected to someone else, but because, you know, she's not talking. And neither were you. So this is the thing, is that you've been intuiting, you've been thinking about how nothing's been, you know, said by either one of you, especially, you know, you've been keeping your secrets, but you want to not be keeping your secrets. So, you know, you've been keeping your feelings hidden, like secrets, about her, about your Queen of Wands. You don't want to anymore. You want to be able to actually approach her with a message or coming forward in some ways to tell her that you've been thinking about her, and you want to have you want to kick. Oh yes, here we go. You've been thinking about her. Excuse me. That she's been your guiding star all along, ever since you met her back here, and that because of how it all ended and that the two of you went your separate ways, you want to be able to mend that with her, reconnect and mend that connection with her, so that you can kickstart your passionate pursuit that you feel is divinely inspired for you to move forward towards her. And that's what you're thinking about there. Okay, and this is what you want to give her, is a cup of love and an apology. All right, cup of love. You want to tell her that you adore her, you admire her, and that you've been curious about, you know, what's been going on in her life. You want to know more about her, and that you're going to tell her how sorry, how truly, truly sorry you are for having done what you did in the past where she was concerned. So Knight of Swords, and of course you'll tell her that you've been highly stressed about all of this, and you just want to know where you can be with her. Nine of Swords. Six of Swords, having left all this chaos and drama behind, towards the Six of Cups person who is your past, you know, someone you adore and love, think highly of, and bring justice into the situation. With the Page of Wands, great news moving forward. All right, you have this clarification is saying that you've been thinking about and being distressed about moving towards your, you know, somebody in your past that you've had some very favorable and nostalgic memories, good memories of, that you want to move towards her and bring justice to the situation, balance the scales that have always been imbalanced because he never ever came back and apologized, never said, told her about the way he feels about her, that he's been thinking about her until now. So because so much time has gone by, he's worried that it'll be too late for trying to bring a balance back in, the justice, to right a wrong, to do the right thing. So he's highly distressed about that because it's uncertainty for him, and there's uncertainty speaking right to him right there, face to face, because she is hiding her feelings. She's been suppressing her emotions, not telling anyone or him in particular how she feels about him. She probably thinks that he needs, you know, if he wants to know, then he'll come forward and ask, right? So this is what the Page of Wands is coming forward in a passionate, you know, excited, like sort of young spirited way, saying, hi, hi again, hi, how are you doing? I've been thinking about you, and it's been such a long time. I would really like to, I really like to know what you've been up to, but you're in distress over that. Great distress, making you lose sleep at night. Too much up in your head thinking. Too much, and this is like keeping yourself in prison, which means keeping yourself stuck in one place instead of actually moving, taking that nice little kick-starting and passionate sending yourself off towards your Queen of Wands. That you're keeping that from happening because you're keeping yourself stuck in the prison of your own thoughts, doubts, and worries and concerns, and maybe a sense of unworthiness or whatever. So let's talk about her. So this Eight of Cups right here is about you walking away from this, being afraid that you were walking away from this, or that she's walking away from you. You're afraid that she's going to walk away from you when you reconnect with her or message her. You're hoping that at least she responds. So the Moon energy, what's that? Seven of Wands, see, there's that defensiveness. Judgment, she's made a final decision. And Ace of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so she had been holding on to you. Yes, 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 yes. She had been not able to let you get out of her mind, right? She's been thinking about you. Remember that heart? I mean, I keep saying heart, but it's a cup of love, which to me is the heart. So, but she knows that if you were to pop back up in her life after all the time that's gone by without hearing a single word from you, she would have to stand her ground, and make a decision about reconnecting with you with a new start. Like, this is the inspired pentacle, like a prosperous blessing of a huge blessing. My goodness, a huge blessing. Sorry guys, huge blessing of prosperity, inspired by the divine. It's a new path. It's a new beginning. Okay. She would be thinking, of course, see, this is the Ace of Cups too, Ace of Pentacles. She is thinking that although she has not been able to get you off of her mind as well, but she doesn't know how she really feels when you're actually there or back talking to her. She will know more to be able to make a better judgment on what she's going to do that will have her starting off on a new path. Because either way, she's starting a new path with or without you. Just because of where she's at in her life, she's ready, to give love to somebody, and she wants to harvest more of the energy that she's put into her life, with someone or without someone, preferably, I'm sure, with somebody. But she's going to stand her ground and say, okay, well, we got to talk about this. I need to know more. I need to know more. I need you to lay it all out in front of me. And the other thing I need is for you to step into the Emperor energy. Not a husband for this one here like you were in the past, and that's why I was the other woman. I need you to become, evolve your energy up to meet with me in a grand and high resonating fashion, so that you're no longer in this kind of devilish energy, playing, becoming forward as a player there, where she can't really trust if you're going to be around, because she's an empress after all, right? So you need to haul up and be named. You need to resonate with an empress. These are the two highest resonating energies, feminine and masculine energies in the deck. Can't get any better than this. This is like someone you're evolved. You've got God in your pocket. You have God in your heart. You know the ways of the world. You know how to take advantage of, in good ways, of what the world can do and what you can do in the world. So you're contributing both in the 3D world and receiving, but you're also contributing from the heart-centeredness of having God's unconditional love, knowing you are worthy of unconditional love, and using your legs to walk through your world, depositing unconditional love over here, unconditional love for that person over there, and this one, and so on and so on. That's what these two people do. Extremely fertile. She births worlds that the two of you can take action on together. All right, so that's what she needs from you. She needs to have the goods laid out on the table, to hear from you why you did what you did back then, and how you thought you could just engage with her and then put her into the other woman role in your life and go back to your wife that she may not have known anything about, that you left her high and dry. And so she wants to know about that, and then she wants to know about what's been going on in your life since then, and if you're divorced or on your way to being divorced. And she wants to know what your intentions are, how pure they are for a long-term commitment. That's what the Empress would want from you. Truth and honesty, transparency and commitment, loyalty, and all the high vibe things, so that the two of you can be joyous and happy together, living a fantastic, high resonating, energetic life. Can you imagine, right? Two high vibe people coming together to come together as one. And okay, so that's, yeah, fantastic. I'll just end that there. So three of Swords, please, before we end the reading. Archangel Michael, can you tell us more about the Three of Swords energy here? How can we look at this Three of Swords energy? And he wants to take a leap of faith towards you, but she needs you to come in as the Emperor, not... Okay, Emperor is married when it's just like a father and husband energy, not that high vibe resonating energy. But if you're also a husband and a father, which would be a husband to the Empress and a father to your kids from the other relationships, or if you have kids together, you will also be resonating at that high vibe to be the true Emperor energy. I hope that makes sense. You're not necessarily at that high vibe as just a husband and a father to a karmic soulmate, right? But to an Empress, you need to be also raised at high vibe. Okay, the King of Swords. You have a strategy, or you divorce, temperance, peace and calm, and death, with the Five of Swords, Seven of Cups. Okay, so it means that you had been strategic and against somebody who you see as being, quite temperate and at peace and calm, someone who's healed from having been treated very ruthlessly and unfairly cut out strategically with the B name, who broke her heart. And you see her, that with her broken heart, she's put an end to it because she is now healed. See, she's healed. Yeah, she's healed. Okay, so her heart has healed. Has your heart healed? What do we know, Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit? What can you tell us about B name's heart? What's going on with his heart, his broken heart? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Six of Wands. Okay. So you have been able to lay that down too, saying to yourself, there's no room for that in my life anymore. I have to move forward in victory and triumph, knowing that I'm going to be celebrated by the one I love, as opposed to, axed. Just saying. And let's see what else. Because you are looking for a Ten of Cups with your Queen of Wands Empress. And also, you have ended that Ten of Cups. This is sometimes like lawyers' documents and things that need to be signed energy, authoritative, strategic energy, the King of Swords, putting an end to that family life you had with your, whoever she was back here. Did we have one for her? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But in any case, the Queen of Swords here. So you've ended that, but you're victorious having ended that, but also knowing that if you move forward towards the one you truly do love, it'll be somebody that will bring victory into your life because of your connection with them. Because of your connection with them. Okay, so I'm going to do a hidden oracle. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm doing the Andromeda Skies love oracle to see what she has to say to you. Okay, your Empress here. Mr. I need to become an emperor for my Empress. Okay, B-names. Let's see what she would want to say to you. If you know, when you approach her, you have to approach her, you know. You will not know. If you're wondering now, you will not know until you take that risk and actually ask her, approach her. Are you with somebody? What's going on in your life? You won't know at all because she's not saying a word, remember? You won't know until you actually dig deep into yourself, B-names. Find your courage. Become a man that you are. Become the man that you should be. Especially as the Emperor, if not at least the King of Wands, who actually takes action. This one takes action. Become that man who takes action instead of hiding behind your fears. Go ahead and message her. Just show up. Do something to show her that you're still in your mind, you're still in the game, in the heart with her. Okay, you would not love nothing more to have her than have her back in your life again. But you will not ever figure that out without actually taking action to find it out. I hope that makes sense. Because you can sit around and fantasize all day and then worry and be in this pessimism here, but is that going to do you any good in the long run? So I am so sorry. That's what she wants to say to you. I am so sorry. She must think that she's so I'm thinking that she's saying that to you because she may not be receptive to you. Okay? Or that she feels as if she messed everything up from before, that she was the problem. Because let's face it, you didn't tell her that you were available. You were telling her that you were single and available. And when you left and she didn't hear from you again, she thought that it was something she did. Okay, so either way, whatever resonates. One-sided relationship. Well, okay, so that explains. So it was a one-sided relationship that she did feel as though she was the only one invested in it, and that it made you run away. It chased you off. It made you too scared. I'm so sorry I came on the way I did, so deep in love with you, and us talking about getting together and being committed, whatever, that you didn't understand that she thought you were just running away from her. Because it was a one-sided relationship, and in truth it was. Destiny is taking us down different paths. Again, destiny had us go in different ways. Perhaps it's a twin flame relationship. You've got the divine masculine and divine feminine here. So it's possible that knowing with the twin flame, usually you meet when you both are not in a good enough place or space or heart to really make something of it at the time. So at least you came together once, met each other, got to know that each other actually exists in the world, but then life just took you on different paths. And that was all about learning life's lessons and healing, so that when you're both healing and ready, at the heart level at least, and in the mind knowing that you're worthy of it, you come back together again. And that's where these two, all that growing that you've done from life's hardships and lessons, that you found your heart and figured out that the divine is there, that you're healed. I am not ready. Okay, so she's not ready right now because, you know, she would have to have some time to think about it. She'd need to be able to spend some time after she heard from you, and for you to honor that, so that she would be, well, that wasn't the card. I meant this card here, the Seven of Wands. Sorry, because she'd need to make a decision about how she feels about you being back in her life and her dealing with you again, wanting to know that she can trust you. Can she? Right? Those are kind of things she's going to have to think about. What else? I was pretending to be someone else. Yeah, well, I think that she meant, this means that you were pretending, she's seeing you as pretending to be somebody else that you weren't. She's saying that to you, that you were pretending to be someone else. She wasn't. You make me want to be a better person, and which is what happened. She met you, fell in love with you, couldn't get you off her mind. She grew and became an empress. It's just your job now to grow, to become the emperor that you were meant to be for her. I'm planning on reaching out to you. Wow. Okay. So either she's going to reach out to you, or that's saying that she's going to be receptive. She'll be receptive of you reaching out to her, and she will actually return. She will return your effort. You know, if you email her or text her or something, she will actually text you back and email you back. There will be a response from her. So that's really good news. You're always on my mind. Yep. And I'm sure she thinks that you feel that way too, intuitively at least. So guys, please subscribe and like, but that's the end of it. I hope you found this helpful and, you know, useful. And until next month when I do your bee names again, take care of yourself and have a great
चले जाते कहीं दूर